Yesterday, I made $563 in a single trade using a scalping strategy, and the best part is that I had already uploaded the setup in advance inside of the free Discord. So, without wasting any time like others on the platform, let's straight away dive into the strategy. So, first things first, you will need an indicator as an entry trigger, which name and important settings I have already uploaded in the indicator section inside of the free Discord, which you can check out later in the pinned comment once I'm done explaining the important rules of the strategy. So, the strategy is very basic and simple and repeatable and consistently profitable. So, step number one is mark out clear draws on liquidity on 1 to 4 hour time frame. Okay, now what are clear draws on liquidity? Clear draws on liquidities are clear highs or lows. Like this is a clear high, this is a clear high, this is a clear low, 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 this is a clear high. All right, so there are clear highs and lows. You have to mark them out. Now the second step is to wait for the level to get swept. Now what do I mean by waiting for the level to get swept? It is a fake out. All right, so just see that you see that this was a clear high and the price came up, but it faked out. Okay, it didn't actually want to go over all the way there. It faked out and then it started going back down again. So that is a sweep of liquidity. All right, so the second step is wait for the level to get swept out. Now the third and simple step, right? There you go. Third step, dive into 5 to 15 M for the buy or sell dot on the indicator. Okay, right? That's it. All right, I use 15 minutes for a better confirmation because higher the time frame, better the confirmation. Now let me show you some examples on the strategy on the live chart. So as you see that in this range, you see that this was a clear low. All right, now you mark it out. This was a clear low on the 1 hour, right? So now we will simply zoom into the 15-minute and wait for the level to get swept, which is a fake out. Okay, now you see that we marked this out, and when the level got swept out, now we are simply going to open the indicator, right, and wait for a green buy or red sell dot. Okay, depending upon the scenario. Now here's the green dot. Now I can simply enter on that buy dot, keeping my stop loss obviously below the low, and then aiming or targeting the highs. Now you can see that how much this trade gave. All right, it was around 1 to 8 R, which is really good. Now let me show you another example. All right, don't miss the part. It is important to know how to use the strategy. Okay, so now you do see that this was a clear low. Okay, we mark it out. This is a very clear low. You can see it with your naked eyes. All right, now simply zooming in, right, we're on the 15-minute, right? I prefer 15-minute. Don't use 5-minute, guys. It's too bad, right? Now once the level got swept, now we have to wait for a buy dot. Now you do see there we got a buy dot. We are simply going to enter there, aiming for the highs, and let's see how it played out. There we go. Okay, it played out really well, I believe. Oh shoot. Okay, so let's increase the time frame. Okay, oh my goodness. Okay, that's a big thing. It's okay, this is unbelievable. But let me tell you that this is the main thing about the strategy, that it helps you, it allows you to capture a whole trend. It captures you to enter on the bottom or top before beginning off any trend. Basically this is a reversal model. All right, and that's what makes it so special. And that's about it for my simple, repeatable, and profitable system. And if you're struggling to profit from trading, then make sure to join our Discord community, where I don't just upload my exact analysis and setups to profit beginners, but I also mentor on live, because no matter how good strategy anyone gives to an unprofitable and beginner trader, it's nearly impossible to become profitable without the right knowledge and mindset and guidance. And before ending, nobody on this platform is giving you this kind of sauce for absolutely free. So make sure you subscribe and stay logged in, because this is just the beginning. So guys, if you're still in the video at this point of time and you're still watching me, you're a lucky one. And there's high probability that you're an unprofitable trader. You're failing to profit from trading, which is absolutely fine. I also lost a lot in the beginning, but finally I'm now I know how it works, how trading works, and now is the time where I'm finally making a lot of gains. All right. So this is the sauce time, which I give in the end of every video. All right. So if you want more sauce after this one, just make sure to watch the end time and 4 to 5 minutes of every single video. Okay, so let's get started. So for trading, there are rules, which is I call it PO3. It is power of 3, which is psychology, risk management, and strategy. And today, I'm specifically going to be talking about psychology. So why is psychology important? Because people have, for an instance, they have $100 or let's not even take $100. Let's talk about $1,000. All right. So what they do is that, they're so much motivated by seeing on the social media that traders are buying their supercars. So they want to double, triple, 4x, 5x, 10x the capital, right? But that is not how trading works. A bank gives you around 7 to 8% of returns per year, from which 2 to 3% is inflation. So the net profit is around 5 to 6% on good financial years, guys, on good years which have good economic growth. So if you manage to make 5 to 7% of your account on 1 month time period, you are 10 to 15 times more powerful, more faster than the banks, guys. Instead of doubling, tripling your capital, focus on increasing your capital and managing to profit those consistent gains. Because just imagine, if you have $100,000 in your account, in your trading account, and you're making 10% off that, that's $10,000. Okay, leave 10%. You're just making 5%. That's 5,000. All right. So focus on increasing your capital. Then the second thing, why you should not over risk on a trade. Okay, first thing, this is a rule. You should never risk more than 1 to 3% on any trade, no matter how good that setup looks like. Because when you're risking 5 to 10%, right? If you win it, you're gonna think you're the god. If you lose it, you're gonna think that you're cursed. And then it is going to affect your further trades. It will lead you to over trading, revenge trading, or if it profits, right, you make a lot, then first of all, it was lucky, and now you've made a lot. Now you're overconfident, and you're just gonna lose it all. Your trades will have no logic because you're so much confident, right? So trading is mostly psychology. It is mostly psychology. So you have to risk so less on a trade, so that your emotions are in control. You are thinking practically. You're thinking logically. All right. You have to risk so less, because when the money is going green and red, it starts affecting our brain. Because as humans, we have that survival instinct where we don't like losing. But in trading, that's not how it works. You have to learn to accept losses and learn from them. Okay. You cannot force a trade to win, right? Because you don't have control over the market, right? You only have control over yourself. So master that, all right? Master the control of yourself when it comes to trading. So this was one thing that you should not over risk, right? This is a sauce I didn't know. And now you must be thinking, then how are people making a lot of money? How do they go 0 to millionaire? I'll tell you. So first things first, always put a lot of money in investing. Okay, 70 to 80 or 90% should always go in investing, and only 10 to 20% in trading. Okay, why? Because if you bought Bitcoin at the right time, it was 100x, 10x, 100x if you use leverage a lot more, right? So if you invest every time in silver or gold when they crash, it's going to be a lot eventually. All right. So that's how they make. And another thing that, when you're experienced, you're trading only in a single asset, you know how it's moving. So what the pro people do, the pro traders, including me, sometimes, in a month or two, you get an opportunity, right? Obviously, it's not 100% accurate, but it's like where we risk 3% of our portfolio, right? A bit more than the usual. Like, instead of risking 1%, we risk 3%, because we know that opportunity. We have seen that happen through our eyes many times, and that is an opportunity that helps us capture the whole trend. And then another thing, that it also requires a lot of skill, a lot of luck, and your timing. So that's how we grow. Like, every 2 to 3 months, we get an opportunity like that on trading, and we capitalize on that. All right. But our main mindset is for survival when it comes in trading. So that was enough sauce for today. I gonna leak everything out in a single video. Final, peace out.